It is day 110 of my 1001 albums generator journey, and I am about to find out what album I'm going to listen to. It's called Deja Vu by Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, and I think I might have heard this album before because this album cover looks familiar, and if I am correct, then this is a country album that we're about to listen to. But I honestly don't remember much. If I did listen to it, it was a long time ago. So we're just gonna pretend like it's the first time because I genuinely don't remember anything at all about this album. So the first song is called Carry On. The sky is clearing. Okay, so far it sounds nothing like I thought it would. I think I'm confusing it for another album because the album that I listened to was more of like bluegrass and country, and this song so far has more of a rock influence to it. So I must have confused this album with another album. I like the guitar solo so far. Oh. Well, they changed everything completely. First, I heard drums, and I did not expect that. And then they changed the whole beat and rhythm of the song completely. Okay, that was Carry On, and something about the guitar was almost funky at the outro. It almost sounded like it could be in a funk song, or maybe that's just me. So that was Carry On, and instrumentally it was fun. I think the guitar was the instrument that I noticed the most. It definitely was doing the most work, and it was decorating the song very beautifully. Now let's take a look at these lyrics because I did hear some of the lyrics, but I don't have the overall picture of what the song is about. One morning I woke up and I knew that you were gone. A new day, a new way. I knew I should see it all along. Go your way, I'll go mine and carry on. So I'm assuming this is about a romantic partner because they woke up in the same bed and he realized that his partner wasn't there. So, okay. The sky is clearing and the night has gone out. The sun he'd come, the world is full of light. Rejoice, rejoice. We have no choice but to carry on. So now it's a broader message that we just need to persevere through whatever troubles we go through because the sun keeps going. The sun's going to keep, you know, rotating over and over again. And we need to just keep carrying on as well. The fortunes of fables are able to sing the song. Now witness the quickness with which we get along. To sing the blues, you've got to live the tunes. Carry on. So the blues obviously is like more of a mellow, melancholic vibe. So to sing the blues, you've got to live the tune. So they're saying to sing about the blues, all these sad, mellow experiences, you kind of have to live through it to truly sing the blues. Okay. Carry on. Love is coming to us all. Where are you going now, my love? Where will you be tomorrow? Will you bring me happiness? Will you bring me sorrow? Oh, the questions of a thousand dreams that you do and what you see. Lover, can you talk to me? So they're talking to their potential future lover. Obviously, it's not someone that's in front of them. It's like a hypothetical question to their future lover, and they're wondering how their future partner is going to act. Girl, when I was on my own chasing you down, what was it made you run? Trying your best to get around the questions of a thousand dreams. What you do and what you see, lover, can you talk to me? Oh, so it could also be maybe just he is talking to a physical person in front of him, but she obviously is not reciprocating the feelings, so she's not talking back to him, and he's wondering why that is. Okay, so that was Carry On. That was interesting. So obviously that song in general is just about persevering despite what happens in your life, and I think that's such a beautiful message. So that song was cute. Let's move on to the next song, which is called Teach Your Children. Oh, see, and this one already sounds a lot more country. So maybe this is the album that I heard at some point in my life. Oh, that's so cute. That was such an adorable song. The message was so cute. So essentially, the song's pretty face value. It's about, parents and children and, how parents should instill values and morals into their children. And then he also turns it to the kids and tells them, don't ask them why. You just know that they do it because they love you. And then, if I heard correctly, in the second verse, he kind of turned it towards the parents. Like, don't ask the kids why they have the dreams they have. Just know that they love you. And, like, the overall message of the song is to chase your dreams and to instill values and, just a good, cute family song. I'm gonna look at the lyrics to see if there's anything that I missed. And obviously, production wise, the song leaned more towards a country slash western vibe. You who are on the road must have a code that you can live by, and so become yourself because the past is just a goodbye. Ooh, I like that. The past is just a goodbye. That's cute. Teach your children well, their father's hell did slowly go by, and feed them on your dreams, the one they picks, the one you'll know by. Don't ever, look, this is what I heard. Don't ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh and know they love you. So, oh no, this was always about this specific verse was always about the kids' dreams and he's telling the parents to don't ever ask them why they have the dreams they do because it might make them cry for some reason. And you can you hear of tender years do you care? Can't know the fears that your elders grew by, and so please them with your mouth. They seek the truth before they can die, and teach your parents well. So now it's saying teach your parents well instead of teach your children well. So I think it does kind of turn the tables a little bit. And feed them on your dreams. The one they picks, the one you'll know by. Don't ever ask them why. Yeah, so I already read that. Okay, that's a cute song. Let's move on to the next song, which is called Almost Cut My Hair. Okay, that was Almost Cut My Hair, and I'm gonna be honest, I'm very confused on what this song is about lyrically speaking. So I am gonna have to take a look at the lyrics here to see if I can piece together what I missed. Almost cut my hair. It happened just the other day. It's getting kind of long. Okay, so that's pretty self explanatory. He's gonna cut his hair. I could have said it wasn't in my way, but I didn't, and I wonder why. I feel like letting my freak flag fly. Yes, I feel like I owe it to someone. Not sure what that could mean. Must be because I had a flu for Christmas and I'm not feeling up to par. So he might not, maybe he's gonna cut his hair, but he's not mentally in the best place or like to really think about what he's doing. It increases my paranoia looking at my mirror and seeing a police car. But I'm not giving an inch to fear because I promised myself this year I feel like I owe it to someone. So he's seen visions of police cars in the mirror, so he might not be in the best mental state. Or perhaps I'm just misinterpreting what the lyrics mean. When I finally get myself together, I'm going to get down in that sunny southern weather, and I'll find a place inside to laugh. Separate the wheat from the chaff. I feel like I owe it to someone. Yeah, so again, I have the lyrics. I read the lyrics, and I'm still confused by the lyrics. So that song was definitely not a favorite of mine. I would not go back and listen to it, but I can see why someone else might like it. So no shade. Next song is called Helpless. Okay, so far the song is a lot more chill and mellow. Oh, we're going to Canada. Okay, so that was Helpless. And again, I'm lyrically confused. I really tried my best to focus on the lyrics, but I don't have the best attention span. So I am going to just have to look at the lyrics to see what this song is about. There is a town in North Ontario with dream, comfort, memory to spare. In my mind, I still need a place to go. All my changes were there. So the song takes place in Ontario, Canada, and he doesn't have a place to go, so I'm assuming he's homeless at the moment. Blue, blue windows behind the stars, yellow moon on the rise. Big birds flying across the sky, throwing shadows on our eyes, leave us helpless, helpless, helpless. So maybe the big birds are vultures, kind of seeing that. Maybe I'm thinking of like a really dramatic scene where they don't have a home and they're like struggling to walk, and maybe the vultures think that they're gonna die, and because why else would he say that? He says big birds flying across the sky, throwing shadows on our eyes, leave us helpless, helpless, helpless. So I mean, I don't know how else I can interpret that. Baby, can you hear me now? The chains are locked and tied across the door. Baby, sing with me somehow. Blue, blue windows behind the stars, yellow moon on the rise, big birds flying across the sky, throwing shadows on our eyes. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Not a favorite of mine, but it's not bad by any means. It's a passable song. Next song is called Woodstock. To Woodstock, we were having a stroll. I wonder if this is about the Woodstock Festival, perhaps. I don't know. Wasn't there like a historically record breaking festival called Woodstock, I think? It could be about that. Okay, that was Woodstock. I'm gonna take a look at the lyrics. Well, I came upon a child of God. He was walking along the road, and I asked him, tell me, where are you going? And this he told me, said, I'm going down to Yazgur's farm, gonna join a rock and roll band, got to get back to the land to set my soul free. So he sets the story, and he's seeing somebody, a stranger, I'm assuming, and the stranger is saying that they're going to join a rock band. We are stardust, we are golden, we are billion-year-old carbon, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. So we gotta get ourselves back to our roots, whatever that means to him. Well, then can I walk beside you? I have come to lose the smog, and I feel myself a cog in something turning. And maybe it's the time of year, yes, and maybe it's the time of man, and I don't know who I am, but life is free learning. So now the narrator of this song is joining the stranger in, walking to find a rock and roll band. So this is a story. I always love a story. We are stardust, we are golden, we are billion-year-old. Yeah, okay. That's just the chorus. By the time we got to Woodstock, we were 500,000 strong, and everyone was a song in the celebration. So yeah, I think this is talking about the Woodstock festival, music festival that happened way back when, and a celebration, and I dreamed I saw the bomber jet planes riding shotgun in the sky, turning into butterflies above our nation. We are stardust, we are golden, we are caught in the devil's bargain, and we got to get ourselves back to the garden. So that's interesting because so far, like, he seems to be kind of celebrating that he has made it so far as to be a band in Woodstock with 500,000 fans. But then in the chorus, he says, we are caught in the devil's bargain, and we've got to get ourselves back to the garden. So it seems that he doesn't want to actually be there, and he wants to go back to the garden, which could mean many things. Maybe he could be referring to that in a religious sense. Maybe he distanced himself from God. and he feels that he needs to get back to having a relationship with him. So that could be the garden, or the garden could just be something as simple as having a simple life or connecting to nature, lots of different things. The garden could signify plenty of different things. So let's just move on to the next song, which is called Deja Vu, the title track. Like I've been here before. Okay, so that's pretty self explanatory. He's talking about feeling like he's been there before, referencing deja vu, the feeling of deja vu. Okay, that was Deja Vu. The song was beautiful. Let's take a look at these lyrics. I don't think there's gonna be much to dissect. I feel like I got the gist of the song. Obviously, it's about entering a place and feeling like you've been there before, the feeling of deja vu. But there might be a lyric or two, or like a specific line in the song that I didn't catch on to. So let's see. One, two, three, four. If I had ever been here before, I would probably know just what to do, don't you? If I had ever been here before on another time round the wheel, I would probably know just how to deal with all of you. So he's talking about a crowd of people, and how if he had been here before, he would know how to deal with all of them. So I don't know if he's getting into some kind of altercation where these people are not happy to see him, or I don't know what that could mean. And I feel like I've been here before, and it makes me wonder what's going on under the ground. So he's sensing that there might be something going on under the ground. Maybe that could be in like a spiritual sense. Like if he feels deja vu, he's kind of looking around and feeling, suspicious. Do you know, don't you wonder what's going on down under you? So down under, like in the ground? Okay. We have all been here before. We have all been here before. Okay, that song was decent. Let's move on to the next song, which is called Our Horse. Our House. Our House. Now everything is easy because of you. Oh, that's cute. Okay, that song was very cute. That was Our House, and from what I understood, lyrically speaking, the song is just about him being grateful for his partner and noticing how far he's come. He's had a hard life before, but now he's here with his partner who's singing songs to him. That's how I interpreted the first verse, like, oh, sing a song for me, only for me. And then he was also being very descriptive. He was talking about how he had two cats in the yard, and how, something about flowers. The wife was like planting flowers or something, and he was doing something, and he was just describing his simple, quiet home life and how grateful he is for that, and how he knows that life has not always been easy for him, but it feels easy for him now because of his partner. So that is an adorable song. I thought it was so cute. I don't feel the need to look at the lyrics because I feel like I got the gist of the song. So let's move on to the next song, which is called 4 plus 20. Oh. So obviously the song is about somebody who's struggling financially, and now they're starting to wonder why they feel so alone. They're just not in a good place financially nor emotionally. Okay, that was 4 plus 20. Okay, that was 4 plus 20, and that was a cute song. Let's take a look at the lyrics to see if there's anything that I missed. 4 and 20 years ago, I come into this life, the son of a woman and a man who strived in life. So he had parents who were financially wealthy because he says that they strived in life. Or maybe they just strived in different ways. Perhaps they didn't strive financially, but they strived in different ways. He was tired of being poor, and he wasn't into selling door to door, and he worked like the devil to be more. So he's a hardworking person, and he does not want to be poor. He wants to be rich, and he's willing to do anything to get there. A different kind of poverty now upsets my soul. Night after sleepless night. I walk the floor and I want to know, why am I so alone? Where is my woman? Can I bring her home? Have I driven her away? Is she gone? So I'm getting the sense that now he is not poor. He is already financially in a good place by the time we hit the second verse. But because he was so focused and driven on his work, he didn't really make time for anything else. So now that he lives in a nice house and he has everything he could financially ever dream of having, now there's time for him to think about other things. And now every night when he sleeps, he thinks about how he wishes there was a woman by his side that he could enjoy time with. But because he was so ambitious and a little too ambitious to the point where he let that consume his life, he didn't really have time to date or to do much of anything else, really. Morning comes to sunrise, and I'm driven to my bed. I see that it is empty, and there's devils in my head. I embrace the many colored beast. So, devils in my head, that could pertain to dark thoughts, maybe, intrusive thoughts, maybe like sinful thoughts. I don't know. I'm kind of snowballing here. I don't know what that could mean. It could mean all of those things. I don't know. I embrace the many colored beast. I grow weary of torment. Can there be no peace? And I find myself just wishing that my life would simply cease. Okay, so he's not in a good place mentally, and he wishes that his life would end. So maybe the devil's in my head could also mean, like, thoughts of doing this to himself. I don't know. Um, Interesting song. Let's move on to the next song, which is called Country Girl. Okay, that was Country Girls. I have nothing to comment on with the production and the instrumentation. It was passable. I wouldn't say there was anything outstanding about the production, but let's take a look at the lyrics to see what this song is about. Winding paths through tables and glass. First fall was new, now watch the summer pass. So close to you, too late to keep the change, too late to pay. No time to stay the same. Too young to leave. No pass out sign on the door set me thinking. Are the waitresses paying the price of their winking? Well, I have no idea what this song is about. I'm very confused on the lyrics here. They stop by to die because it's faster than sinking. Too late to keep the change, too late to. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm not going to be able to piece together what this is. It's not on them, it's more so on me. I'm having trouble understanding what this song is actually about, so let's move on to the last track on this album, which is called Everybody I Love You. Okay, that was Everybody I Love You. Let's take a look at the lyrics. You know you got to run, you know you got to hide. Still, there is a great life ingrained deep within your eyes. Open up, baby, let me in. You expect for me to love you when you hate yourself, my friend. So, obviously, he's talking about someone in particular, and this person doesn't have a high self esteem. And he's telling this person that they need to open up and they need to open themselves to love. Everybody, I love you. Everybody, I do. Though your heart is an answer, I need your love to get through. When I tell you I love you, you can believe that it's true. Everybody, I love you. Everybody, I do. So I get kind of a hippie vibe a little bit from this song. He's pretty much telling the whole world that he loves everyone. So that's a pretty hippie message. If I feel like that's a hippie message, because I don't love everybody. There's some people on this earth that are not worth loving, if you know what I mean. But I appreciate the message. It's cute. Now for the overall my overall thoughts on the album, sonically speaking, there was a lot of elements of country and there was also a lot of elements of rock. So obviously this album is a mix of country and rock. I don't know if I would call it rockabilly, maybe it is rockabilly. Um but I did feel as though the country songs were separate from the rock songs. It wasn't a combination. That's why I don't feel like it's a rockabilly album. It's just a an album that happens to have country and rock songs inside. Um, I don't think there was a best song for me, to be honest, with this album. All of the songs, most of the songs, were passable, but there wasn't any song in particular that made me go like, wow, like, for me to say that it's the best song on the album. There wasn't any song, but there was a worst. And that worst was Country Girl. And the only reason I didn't like Country Girl was because it was very lyrically confusing for me. The production was passable. The instrumentation was passable. The vocals were passable. It's a decent song. It's not a bad song by any means. I just didn't like it personally because the lyrics were confusing to me. So yeah, it's a decent album. That's all I have to say.